I think all jokes can be boiled down to a true, a lol W, or a capital D colon.
This is such a fucking stupid theory, but all right.
It's true. That's a true.
I do love a good
joke.
true. I love a good true.
H-Rock is one of my favorite people of all time. He's a former Twitch employee. He hosts, if you don't know, he hosts the eSportsman-like Conduct podcast.
It is a shit name. It's a shit name. You
got some love.
You got some
and he's
love.
a frequent guest on Ludwig stream. So, you know, we've actually reached the next level by inviting Slime's friend's friend.
Yeah, that's a fucking good one.
Kill.
That's a good one.
So
kind of a true. That's kind of a true.
Not a true at all.
Bit of a true.
That's a capital D colon, actually.
That is not even close.
Everyone in chat was like, what the fuck did you say, Joe?
Why would you say that to H-Rock?
Yeah. That was a good one.
So some of you guys actually might not know this, but Ludwig actually used to run, and this is how, I think this is kind of how you sort of started in the community. Ludwig used to run the Unfiltered Toph Twitter account.
Big true. Did you know that?
The cat's out of the
I
bag.
didn't. I mean, I knew it right before the roast because you guys everyone was talking about it.
And I asked because we were looking for a video.
Pause. I actually need to bring this up. So you called me the hottest smasher. You called Unfiltered.
Sorry, I can't hear. I'm watching this. Can you shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. I'm watching this.
Even more.
You had a better hairline back in the day. What are you looking in chat here?
Number one, Atriarch.
It was a bit. It was a joke. It was because it'd be like Toph. It was a Toph bit.
Never met me in your life.
Never met him. I did it because it was Toph. What the fuck am I looking at here?
That is classic.
I DM'd the Unfiltered Toph Twitter account. And I said, hey, I want to hire you. So in his words, his own words,
gotta respect the
I
hustle.
kickstarted his entire career. And I'm so sorry to all of you about that.
You got a good reaction.
Yeah.
You helped everyone's jokes by doing the
You got to know. You know when the camera's going to be on you. You got to have the face ready. You got to be ready.
It worked out. You got a little bump from it, and then you started doing your own thing.
I do my own thing now.
And it's dog shit.
And we realized one day Ludwig was actually in charge of all of our finances. He was in charge of our Patreon, and we couldn't fucking get a hold of him anymore.
Also true, though.
I can show you. I could show this Logan Paul-looking motherfucker.
I was so mad.
Like
I stopped listening because I had a joke. All right, I'm gonna tell you guys my original joke.
Yeah, tell it.
My original joke was Ludwig looks like Hungrybox fucked Logan Paul in an attempt to create the world's most unlikable person, which I thought was a little harsh but funny. And then he said Logan Paul, and I was like, it's not going to be funny anymore.
So for those of you who don't know, Ludwig actually has this thing called pectus excavatum, which sounds like a Harry Potter spell. But
this is a wild direction.
It's actually just this weird hole in his chest. Yeah, go ahead and show us, Ludwig.
You were just ready. You were fucking at the ready. Did you prep you for that?
Yeah. Fascinating.
Okay.
God, it's like a fleshy cereal bowl.
Fleshy cereal bowl's good.
Actually, the funny thing about that joke is a lot of people liked it because they had pectus excavatum, and they're like,
you got like
yeah. There's like a support group that formed because of that joke. Because of someone calling it a fleshy cereal bowl, everyone's like, me too. Finally.
Hottest smasher H-Rock. If you're lucky enough to see this guy with his Twitch hoodie in person, game over. You wrote this. You were like fucking 21 years old. You wrote this. You little fucking stalker.
I am happy to be back on the dais. We have 6 great individuals tonight in Dunk.
Got him. Got him. Get him early. Get him early in Alvin.
It blows my mind to think how much has changed in the past year. I'm a full-time Twitch streamer now. Half of the people here are Ultimate players.
True.
It's crazy. These people are so young and they compete at the highest level on the weekend. And then the weekday, they go back and kiss Susie during the school shooter drill.
I love a good school shooter drill joke.
Weird champ.
Right.
Let's get some weird champs.
Don't farm weird champs.
I'm gonna leak.
I don't think that's edgy. Do you think it's edgy? I genuinely don't think it's edgy. I think it's less edgy than mine last year.
A lot of people are gonna roast me tonight for being Scar Jr., but I think it's just because you guys don't know enough about me. So let me just list off a few facts. First, I'm born in New Hampshire. Second, I'm fluent in French. And finally, when I was 10 years old, my father died from alcohol poisoning. Or as you guys know it, the mango. This is true. But they had to cancel it because the scripts had too many hard R's.
Get fucked. Get fucked, Ultimate Kids.
Your opening 2 jokes are like just fucking shooting at Ultimate Kids.
My phone's been buzzing nonstop. People asking if it's true. And yes, I did run and create the Unfiltered Toph account. I would tweet
10K followers
Toph every day for years. which makes me the second white guy to pretend to be an Asian man and get blown up this month.
Fuck it, Lord.
Oh my! That was a killer. Oh man! Pause the crowd laughter for a second. I can't hear you, Ludwig. The crowd is going too wild, and I'm laughing myself. That was such a kill. That was maybe joke of the night, my friend. Everyone got it. Everyone loved it. Joke of the year? Is it too early to call?
You good?
Just a little bit ready for that one. I just didn't get it. I didn't know the reference. I think it is a funny joke, but no one got the fucking
I like the
reference.
joke a lot. I like the joke a lot. It's because there was the SNL guy. It was like all over the news. They casted this guy to do SNL, Shane Gillis, and then they found this clip of him on a podcast, and it got blown up on Twitter of him telling a story about how he went to this Chinese place, and then he impersonated the Chinese people there. Which I'll tell you right now, it went like this. Whoever got this joke, I think they enjoyed.
All right.
Toph, you spend more time covering up your hairline than Scar spends covering up calling Puff retarded.
True.
Toph works at a self-driving car company. He creates
This is
AI
I think
that will
this
one
is your
day
favorite joke.
replace
This is so good.
millions of jobs, but no one could replace his job of telling Scar who the fuck Moki is.
It's just so good. It's like a good setup. It's a good punchline. It's
Last year,
fast,
Twitch
but
god
it's
Toph
good.
told me I'm making a comeback to streaming. He even had Ninja tweet him
This is
out,
all true.
encouraging him to do it. And in the past year, he has streamed a total of 41 hours.
Big true.
Do you want to pause?
I haven't
Pause.
been that disappointed.
I talked to Toe. I'm gonna leak ski. He was in a friendly way, in a friendly rivalry way, kind of upset, low key, when you started blowing up past 300 viewers. And he told me, he's like, I can do this. I can do this. I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna do this. And then I watched his stream, and he played Maple Story silently to 20 viewers
At midnight.
for a few hours at midnight.
Since I
Bro.
found out Blur was going to be part of the roast.
Easy Blur setup.
Blur's
Easy one.
here.
Kind of an easy
Round
one.
of applause for Blur.
Blur was so good on the couch.
Everybody was
I
mad
love that
at
Blur was here.
because he didn't write his
Blur's-
set until
Blur's
the
so good
night
for the
before,
roast.
but it's not his fault. He had to sound out all the words before writing them down. Yesterday, Blur came up to me and said, "Hey Ludwig, how do you become a full-time Twitch streamer?" Blur, you worked at
This is
Twitch
good.
for 5 years.
Good
What did you
delivery.
do? Blur, you look like you swallowed a Trinitron to hide it from Hungrybox.
Ooh, I love that joke. I love that joke. That's an all-time
Scar
classic.
said if he
You're
could
my
take a
mans.
pill that would satisfy all his dietary needs, he would take it. And Blur once told me he ate 50 chicken McNuggets in one sitting.
I love the chicken McNuggets.
Yeah,
You
it kicks
guys
it
know
off.
Blur from losing $300 to me, and you probably know Atrioc from being on stage for the past 10 minutes.
You flubbed a little bit, but yeah,
Flood
that's
a little
super
bit.
funny.
Flood a little bit.
Atrioc created
It
the
was a good one.
first ever esports club at Arizona State University.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah. Which makes him the first person to ever attend Arizona State and never have sex.
True.
Not true.
Virgin.
Not
Bow, bow,
true.
bow, bow, big
He
verge.
moved around a lot
Slaying
as a kid.
puss.
He said it was really tough to make friends. Not because he moved around a lot, he was just a cunt.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite joke.
Yeah, it was funny because I'm like sitting in the panel in the room with everyone. I'm like, I'm dropping a hard C tonight. I'm dropping retarded. I'm dropping a
Everyone's like,
school
all right.
shooter joke. Everyone's like, okay, don't know
It's
about
funny because
that
we were
one.
all more worried about Blur set.
Yeah,
You were saying all that. We're like, it's fine. Just
it's fine. Run it, Blur. Please cut this gay
Blur,
part
please. You have to.
for
cut
the
it.
love of God.
It makes me sad, and it's a shame that Scar has slowly been disappearing from the scene. It reminds me of Atrioc's hairline.
Not disappearing now.
If you took as much Finsteride as Scar took Adderall, it wouldn't be a
I
problem.
didn't get it. I didn't know what Finsteride is.
Scar did not like that one.
What?
He didn't.
He hit me with a dummy eye roll.
Yeah, he was.
One time, I was playing Super Mario 64 online against Atrioc. And his
This is a true story.
girlfriend came into the room and said, "Hey babe, I'm going to the jacuzzi, I have wine." And he said, and I quote, "No, I'm playing video games with Ludwig." Anyways, Atrioc singles if anyone's interested.
Flub the
That
wording
part's not
again.
true.
Dunk's a great guy. Dunk was actually one of the first people to find out about the nightmare situation. And he was gonna twit longer him, but then he got stressed out when he had to write more than 280 characters.
Double whammy.
Dunk has been in the scene for so long. It's crazy to think that 10 years ago, it was just Dunk and Scar in a
brutal.
room, no job, no girlfriend, broke, just playing Melee. And now Scar has a top-level job, a wife and a kid, and Dunk is a Mod and Mangoes chat.
Woo!
Nice.
Hard Schlep, thank you for
Juggle
4 months
guy,
of
you
Prime.
might not know his
And
name's
Feel
Robin.
back, thank you for the route to your 1.
Robin Hood took money from the wealthy and gave it to the poor. And Juggle Guy takes money from the poor and gives it to Hungry Box.
Such a good joke, but I guess you fucked it.
I flubbed it. I flubbed it.
I didn't even notice you flubbed it until you told me, and now I can't hear anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
The original is Robin Hood took money from the wealthy and gave it to the poor. And Robin Harn takes money from broke smashers and gives it to Hungry Box.
That's a gold joke.
But then I said Juggle Guy, and I was like, fuck, I gotta commit. Barky
Fun
XC,
fact,
thank you for the route to
Hungry
your 1.
Box was going to be a part of the dais. Yeah. But he bailed after he found out Robin wasn't actually a girl.
The H-Box cutaway
Yeah.
is... Yeah.
That was a good joke.
Juggle Guy made a big decision to ban ice climbers at the big house, virtually eliminating the chance for ice climbers to get top 8 or even win. But the craziest thing about it is that it makes him the first Chinese guy to reject child labor. Look, I'm not racist. I have plenty of
Save it
friends
with
that are whatever the fuck race blur is.
That's good. That's good.
I
It's so
found
funny.
it really hard to roast Scar. Honestly, I wish you were 10% uglier, but then you'd be Atrioc. He only eats Domino's, and I always wondered why. Until I went to brunch with him and his wife, and he was gonna order orange juice, and his wife said no. This is a true story. I didn't think it was weird until he said, "Yes, Mrs. Scar Newman."
That was good.
Look at
Voice is killed. Yeah.
Look at Scar. The moment I say
He
it,
rolls his eyes
Yes,
so
Mrs.
hard.
Scar Newman.
Twice.
he hits the thickest eye roll. The fucking thickest. The double, damn.
You
That's a
probably
true
know
story, by the
Scar
way. His
is a-
wife definitely.
That's true. That
orange
was
juice cucked
true.
him.
Yeah, she cucked him on the OJ. And I remember we were talking to Scar in the room, and he's like, "You know, it is high sugar." And I was like,
Whatever, man.
Scar used to always show me this video of Juggle Guy getting his ass beaten by Mewtwo King. I haven't seen
gets
an
referenced
ass
like
get
3 different
beaten
times.
that bad since Shiz's Losers Run in the Florida's gas station. It's all right.
Rob's
It's all
face.
right. Me and Shiz are cool. I let his homie baptize me last summit. Look,
Yeah,
I
that's
know you're
real.
a busy guy, but I hope you don't forget about the Melee scene because I appreciate you being a part of it. I love you, and I hope we don't ever lose you.
wholesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Peepo Peters in chat for that.
Stop plugging Peepo Peter. No, we're not doing Peepo fucking Peter. Holy shit.
Next, we have the Melee equivalent of the guy that shows up in all the Adam Sandler movies. Please give it up for Doug.
How you doing, Zero?
Just try not to fuck this up.
That's a hell of a way to start it.
That's a confident way to start. I didn't know he did that.
Started off fucking right.
Okay, look at this dais. I don't think I've seen a collection of more washed up players in my entire life.
The sigh. Yeah.
I'm such a bad public speaker.
Oh my god. Oh, Doug. Let's go, Doug. Let's go, Doug.
Yeah, but if the crowd gets him that time, they're like, hey.
This is less of a
Smash him,
who's
love him.
who and more of a who the fuck, right?
Damn.
That's a good
All right,
joke.
we got Ludwig here. What's up, Ludwig?
Don't think he ever says my name right.
He does it. Or Juggle Guys.
First off, I'd like to
Yeah, you
congratulate
call
you
him
on the
Jungle
biggest
Guy.
thing that's ever going to happen in your Melee career, losing to Chillin's Mario.
Wow.
Not
Can we get some
proof for that.
Ludwig once drank from a bidet for $40. That's
Also
actually
true.
more than he's ever won in a Melee tournament.
That
That
is
wasn't a
true.
roast. That's something. Yeah, it's like most people haven't won
And a
anything
lot
from
less
Melee
embarrassing than his performance the other day.
tournament. Another big sigh.
You've been in Scar's shadow for so long that I actually thought your first name was And.
Such a good one.
That's brilliant.
That's a killer.
That is brilliant. I like how if Dunk has a joke that doesn't hit, he immediate size.
Toph's gonna anybody, right?
like He just killed it with back-to-back-to-back
He's on a roll.
jokes.
But
Yeah.
the crowd doesn't love it every time. It's a big sigh.
It's like so sad. Fucking why even try?
What's the point?
Why did I even get up here? I told myself I shouldn't do it. I told myself.
Oh, you knew this dunk going in.
Doug, you have no one to blame but yourself.
You fool.
Blur's like the Derrick Rose of Melee. Just like you would wonder if
Oh, this joke is
I
cool.
love
just
the
like you
good
wonder
can't get it out. That's
if
good.
Derrick Rose never got injured, what would have been? You wonder what would have happened if Blur had any talent or skill.
Harsh.
But holy shit, if I had a time machine and could go back in time, I wouldn't go see the dinosaurs or kill baby baby Hitler. Sorry.
Killer delivery.
Sorry, it's an easy mistake.
Killer
Anyone
delivery.
would have made that
Great
mistake.
I was so not ready for that. Fucking threw me off.
That
on,
was a
forgive me.
good one.
Scar's tag's a reference to the Lion King, and just like the Lion King, he's a disappointment now. You know when you're telling a joke?
This guy looks like he's gonna be a good roaster. I don't know. Something about his energy.
Keep it going for Toph. You guys know, Toph tweeted he's been fighting with his mom lately, a little bit about politics, which I've been there, that sucks. I'm glad to see she's still dressing you. Toph, you dress like an RPG party member that's not worth leveling up. In 2014, I did a show called Zero to Hero with Coach Taffakins. I didn't quite make it to Hero, which people might give me shit for. Big whoop. But in my defense, it did a lot better than Tafo's second coaching show with Mango, Hero to Alcoholic.
I was worried about Mango Nash.
All right, Aatrox, tell the people of my chat your original joke. I used to be on a show called Zero to Hero. Didn't work out that well, whatever. But it's better than Tafo's second show, Zero to Losing to Lucky.
Yeah. It was a hot swap at the last second because I thought people would be too
Literally
too
an
fresh.
hour after he lost to Lucky.
From there, I went on to make friends with Scar and Toph and sort of just rode their friendship to get fans in the Melee community. It was a little tacky. I'm not proud of it. But I think nowadays we just call that the Ludwig.
Well, still got something named after me.
Yes, everybody, Ludwig's here. Toph called you the Logan Paul of Melee, but that's not really fair. Logan Paul's famous.
I think that's good.
Yeah, that was a good save.
Scar made a career out of imitating Mike Ross, and Ludwig made a career out of imitating Scar. It's kind of like the end of a Human Centipede started streaming. Ludwig is a handsome guy. A lot of thirsty people in Smash will tell you he looks like a Ken doll.
True.
And people that really know him will tell you he is hung like one too.
God, I love that joke.
This is a true story. This is a true story. Ludwig told me in private he thinks the Melee community needs him.
Never said that.
Okay, let's break it down right now. You said something so close. This is how I remember it. I asked you why you even stream Melee because it's not worth it to grow your stream. And you said something along the lines of Melee needs you, which I think is totally something you would say. I can't remember the moment.
It was probably like a joke because they probably had 10 viewers,
well,
and I gave them like 1,000 viewers.
Legally counts. Legally counts.
Okay.
You said the words.
I probably said they need the viewers. Melee needs the viewers. But I didn't say Melee needs me.
As the roast master,
Okay, all right, buddy.
It's a true story. It's a true story. Ludwig told me in private.
Oh, this is a true story. Okay. This is a true story. This is a true story.
I'm like Toph.
Yeah, I like Toph, who actually knows the true stories.
True.
He thinks the Melee community needs him. What the fuck?
Delivery.
Melee needs Ludwig like Blur needs 50 chicken McNuggets.
That was a good one.
It
That
might be
hit.
funny. It might be
That
funny.
hit.
But it's not healthy. Speaking of healthy, a lot of people don't know that Ludwig left a full-time job marketing for a vape company in order to spend his full time entertaining Twitch chat. You have to admire that. He loves giving kids cancer so much he wanted to do it directly.
Classic. New twist on an old classic.
Shut the fuck up.
That wasn't quite true, though. That wasn't quite true, though. He didn't quit the vape job. He was fired.
That was funny. That was funny.
And he was fired from his job at Snapchat. And
Not technically laid off.
from his internship at Apple.
Well, that wasn't an internship and technically quit
And from
because they were going to fire me.
his job at Best Buy.
False.
And from his job at a ramen shop.
Balls!
I love the
The
hands.
only thing I've seen Ludwig Sicily make money with is streaming and donating to a sperm bank. You truly are a professional jerk-off.
That's good. Can we just give claps for
But I'm sorry. What am I doing?
It's not all
This
true.
Talk is so rude to me. I gotta catch
true.
everybody up. Dunk, a job is when you don't smoke weed all day.
So,
I like this setup, but it's like so hard.
No, fun fact is all I wrote in my script was "Dunk, a job is win," and I thought it would just be laughter drowning me out. I had no like explanation for what a job is.
You're such a fucking dumbass.
I thought the crowd would just fucking roar over me.
In
laughter.
script, a job is when cut off by
It's
crowd
exactly what it
roaring.
says.
Cut off by standing ovation.
It says laughter in brackets. It says a job is when ... laughter in brackets.
So everyone always quotes Scar commentary. Did you see the reads? Walk up slowly and down smash. I'm sick of that. Let's talk about some famous Toph lines. Ha ha, Bobby, that's so true. I don't know. What do you think, Scar?
I'm bouncing
Dude,
too. I got
Bobby, you
movement.
totally beat this guy on land. That's classic commentary.
That was a good
A lot
one.
of people think Chris's tag comes from Avatar: The Last Airbender. One, because his name is Toph, and two, because his fox plays like a blind bitch.
Killer.
Killer. All right.
Yeah.
After he says, told me and points at me, he was asking me, he was like, blind bitch, and he told me the joke. And I suggested that he try blind kid.
You, the man who made like fucking 9 school shooter hard R jokes. It said, "Whoa, bitch, tone it down." It's
Well,
child.
I just thought it's because people would like Toph. That's it. I just thought people liked Toph too much.
Plus, playing like a bitch is a real phrase.
Yeah.
What makes Toph amazing? This is true. What
They also call it the H-Rock.
makes Toph amazing?
I just personally never want to
Scar.
say too long. I love this show.
Scar. I'm not stalling. That's my impression of Bobby's commentary.
Oh, I think that's so
That's
good.
good. That was good.
Scar famously invented the term scar jump, which, as we all know, is the phenomenon where he talks about mafia during top 8 commentary, and I tighten the noose and jump.
Fucking edgy.
I changed
Edge-trion.
that.
His products make Twitch so much money every month, they almost pay for D1's work trips.
The truth comes out.
I love you, dude.
Truth
I love
comes
you,
out.
dude.
Exposed.
But
I had
really,
a
we all owe
follow-up
Scar a
bit.
great debt.
Where I say, I'm
Shit,
just kidding,
think
I
of the
love
pun.
you, D. I say that part. But not as much as you love going to a fucking Smash 64 local in the Bahamas on Twitch's dime.
H-Rock liked it. Or D1 liked it.
Yeah, D1 liked it.
You
They
know
got a
who
big
tweeted
heart
out
response.
and liked my joke?
What?
Big Lef. JFC LOL all caps. And I think it was an early one. I think it was like school shooter. And Lef was like, "Awooga." That is the juice. Big true from me. As a Swede, I like it.
Oh, wait, the second thing. Wait, pause one more time.
See that fist bump? Was it so hard?
I want you guys to count, not just in the story, but during his whole set, how many jokes where the punchline is, it was gay? How many punchlines boil down to this was gay? Just keep that tally in your mind as we go on.
It was a good
It's
opener.
not that hard.
Best
it's not
opener.
That hard.
Best opener.
Good opener.
But thank you for the intro, Toph. And I hope
Easy
your
farm,
petition to bring
easy
back
farm.
Hint to Haven goes well.
Good farm. Good
So, I
singer.
really hope so. Toph, a man of many cultures, part Japanese, a little bit of Hawaiian, and on lucky nights, part Scar.
Oh, you
Ding, 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 ding.
That is number one.
It's been a big week. Ash finally won a Pokemon League. Yeah, give it up for Ash.
Deep cut for the Ludlock fans.
They let him win one, dude. I know what you're thinking, Ludwig. When's my turn?
Lud. A little Ludlock. One for the home team. Thanks for extending the stream brand, Blur. I appreciate it. Ludbuds
Get the
appreciate it.
Ludbuds into it. Farming some truths from the
Yeah,
Ludbuds.
Dockers for Crimson Blur.
Blood has quickly become one of the community's biggest streamers.
True.
The growth is astronomical. I haven't seen anything rise so fast and so young since Mewtwo hairline.
Whoa.
Come at the King, Blur. Come at the fucking
Come at the
King.
King. King, you
honestly
best
no
not
wonder.
miss.
Lud will do anything for content. He only streams for content.
True.
He reminds me of the contestants from that old show, Fear Factor. They do anything for a little more spotlight. Lud would be like, yeah, I'll eat horse testicles. 1,000 bits, and I'll eat them off a live one.
That's crazy.
1,000
1.5.
bits, Lud? Twitch takes 30% of those transactions. I'm just saying, if you're gonna eat testicles, at least be economical about it.
Blur, can you stop typing my chat, gassing yourself up? Off a live one, he
Trying
says.
to blend it in.
Off a live one, he says. That's crazy.
Chat loves it.
Chat love it. Is it just me or is Chat Love being a little too much?
After all, it wouldn't be your first time. You are here because, just got done finishing off slime.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Ding, 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 ding.
Two,
We got
that's a
number
two.
I mean, he's changed it, but originally I said for 1,000 bits, Ludwig eat horse testicles. And to get on the roast tonight, he needs slime testicles.
Yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah.
It would have been quicker.
A hit, rip.
Rip.
But I really want to know what goes on in Bobby's hotel room when he's spending all that time during tournaments.
Should have wrapped it up.
Should have wrapped it, dude.
Get ready for it, Chat. Get ready for it, Chat.
Should have wrapped right here.
Monka W. Oh, no.
So I was very lucky because I recently received a special invite. Bobby sent Toph to fetch me and asked if I want to get to his room, go to his room, get high and watch
The dinger
anime.
is about to go
Very
off.
curious what that was all about. Slime and Lud were in on too, but I guess I didn't really understand why they were making such a big deal about it. For whatever reason, Slime kept asking Lud what he's going to wear that night. I get it.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
So, as a new recruit, I bring snacks over, but immediately I notice something is off. Toph and Scar are cuddling up in the love seat, and then Slime, for some reason, is laying on the floor across from Ludwig, even though we have chairs.
No. What happened is Slime printed out everyone's script. And then Slime comes upstairs and he says, cut this joke. And then Blur's like, that's half my script. And then Slime's like, yeah, but the punchline is just that it's gay. And that's not a punchline. And Blur's like, oh. Then he came up in the room, apparently, with this punchline where Scar and Toph got a little intimate. And then Toph hits Scar with like, I really like the name Donato. And then Blur's like, I don't know what happened, but 2 years later, Scar has a son named Donato. You put the pieces together.
Lud had on these really tight sweatpants, and his legs were wide open. Kind of like they are now. He does that all the time. I haven't seen anyone spread their legs that wide since Hacks vs. Nintendo.
Good side joke.
I told you, Bryce, the
partake,
side
we get a
jokes are
little
fine.
stupid, and I start working on the snacks. We watch Akagi, an anime about the ancient Chinese game of Mahjong. Unfortunately, none of us know the rules of Mahjong.
Scarred up my
Joe,
nose.
guys, you could please explain to us later. We'd really appreciate it.
Good one, good side joke.
So it was a really surreal experience. Anytime something would happen, they would yell the name Ron, which is apparently a Mahjong term. But at the time, I had no idea. I was just thinking, who is Ron? Do I know him? And is he coming over late? So I'm
He
really
thought that part
furiously
would
eating my
kill.
snacks,
He
but
thought that would kill.
He thought, who is wrong with Kill?
He thought, when he said, is Ron coming over later, he looked up. And
and is he coming over late?
he looks up and he's like, in brackets, laughter for 30 minutes.
And then they take off their shirts and start yelling Ron, 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 and I'm over here just trying to eat my Cheetos.
He's worried. He's worried. He needs another punchline. Quick.
I
Break
unfortunately
glass.
had to leave. I just want to finish my snacks. I was kind of creeped out by the whole experience. But then a couple of years later, I don't know how that night finished, but all of a sudden Scar has a kid. His name's Donato.
You didn't even set it up. You didn't even say Toph like the name Donato. That's worse than I remembered.
We watched anime, and then 2 years later, this guy has a son named Donato. Isn't that fucking crazy? Where did that come from?
Toph really liked that name.
Everyone's like, what?
Anyway,
Anyway.
Scar, I'm really
so
happy to be
good.
here. I hope your roast goes well. You are a good friend of mine.
What a
and,
finish.
I hope your roast goes well, bro.
You know what's funny is that it's such a memorable story, though. It's actually killer. It actually makes the
I don't think I'll actually ever laugh that hard at anything else in the roast. Blur, do not give yourself credit. You should feel very bad
yeah,
for
you
this.
should feel bad.
You should feel
You should feel
terrible.
bad.
We're allowed to feel good. You are not allowed to feel good about this.
You know what's funny, though, is it sets up Toph for
Yeah.
maybe his best bit of the night.
We were watching Akagi, which was an anime about Mahjong. It's the only thing that happens are people are playing Mahjong, right? Blur was high. He was laying on the ground watching with us for like at least an hour, hour and a half. We were like 4 episodes in, and Blur, verbatim, sits up, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Oh, I get it. They're playing Mahjong."
There was that part where you and Slime fucked though.
Yeah, that was true. That was true. that was kind of hot.
That was true.
That was hot.
Speaking of streamers, we have Ludwig. Give it up for Ludwig, guys.
Woo!
Sorry you had to miss a Mario Party Tinder review variety session. To
So
be here.
good. That's fire.
And also, I'm Taiwanese, not Chinese, you racist asshole.
Oh. And there was no conversation beforehand. Ludwig is just a racist asshole.
Ludwig is also a well-known catfish in the community. And
one's harsh.
by that I mean, not only does he fake his persona online, but he's also a disgusting bottom dweller, loved by people with no taste.
True. True to chat. True to everyone in chat.
That's not really much of
Actually
true.
true.
Bit of a capital T colon, not much of a true there.
Fucking hit the Ludbuds on the
That's
nose
gotta
on
hurt,
that
that
one.
hurts,
I
that's-
gotta
well,
be honest with you.
Okay.
No, really,
Blur
Blur's doing
2.0.
great. I mean, just look at the guy.
That's a funny joke.
That's a good one. That's a good joke.
He recently quit Twitch and hopes to spend his retirement opening a box of 50 chicken McNuggets.
Brings it home.
That's a good chicken
Toph is here.
McNugget.
Scar complains on commentary so much, Leffen once DM'd him and said, bro, chill out.
Love that joke.
Good
That's a
delivery. Yeah, that's good.
Very good joke. Killer.
My plan is simple. I'm going to tell you guys what I feel you need to hear about these 6 gentlemen. Nothing more and nothing less. But Hugo started off his roast by apologizing for Tafo's inclusion, and I'm going to continue that tradition here tonight. And I'm going to apologize for having Blur here.
Good weight.
I did write this in advance, and you really made it come together. Thanks. Thank you very much. Ludwig.
How many years has it been,
Ludwig,
Scar?
I'm glad Ludwig's here tonight. You may be wondering what he's doing here, and I can actually tell you in his own words. Sitting there, I realized, well, we got a diverse crowd here. We need that white guy to match the math book text cover.
You know the thing about that? I said that joke at the last roast last year, and my Twitch channel wasn't very big. Scar loved that I fucked it up.
Loved it. Yeah, it was his
Tweeted
favorite
it
part of the
out.
roast.
It was my most viewed clip for months.
We got a diverse crowd here. We need that white guy to match the math book text cover.
No. I butched that one.
Ludwig has a third of my Twitter followers and more than double my ego.
Great line.
How's it going? Good
It's
singer.
impressive.
True. Big true.
You know, when I was thinking about writing this, I thought about when I first met Ludwig. He was a sweet kid. He was helpful.
He is a good bloke.
He was motivated. He was innocent. And then you all came along. Look what you've done to my boy. Yeah, honestly, you're all the reason why I'm still here 12 years later. And you're the reason why I believe the future of Melee will be even brighter than it is today. So thank you again. I love you all.